walls are broken! Our troops should be ordered forward.
All right. So welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of our 4th Age Total War Dorwinion campaign. We are assaulting the settlement of Erebor. So there's the Long Lake. I guess the Lonely Mountain would be back up in that direction. And this is the type of settlement with the very interesting walls that will not take like a ladder or a tower, but you can batter them down and people can be on top of them. So it's an interesting kind of dynamic. So what I'll do is I'm going to ignore those guys that are on the walls, and we're just going to grab all of these towers here, and I'm just going to march everybody right through here. We're going to, yeah, I think we want to get that one, and that'll be sufficient. And what do we have on the wall? So there's a couple of family members in here, as well as some low-tier stuff. We've got some militia. We do have some longbows. I guess a couple of units of these. And so hopefully they just stay there on the walls. Here's the family members. With a unit of, it looks like, Dale Watch. Okay, they're not falling for it. Now it's tempting to, run over there and charge those archers, but they're going to be tougher in melee, and I've only got this one cav unit. Plus the towers will be shooting. Alright, but we've got all the towers that we need, I think. So this will just be a grind. There's no way to avoid it. Yeah. They're going to bring archers down. We're just going to get shot up. So I'm, trying to lead with the armored guys with the big shields. This Dorwinion Watch. So that, might be able to soak up some of the arrow fire. Maybe hold out against some of these guys. Maybe we'll just kind of take it slow if they're going to come down one at a time. Alright, what are they bringing over here? Okay, so this is... They're going to start getting shot by the towers we've captured. This might be a good use of my general, actually. Okay, they're bringing the Dragon Slayers up, so we need to get these guys up here. Yeah, the pathfinding for some of these guys is not working the way you want, but alright, let's halt the bowmen. Halt the bowmen. Halt the foresters. The men-at-arms can, I guess, shield wall up. And we'll see. These guys are just going to have to sit tight. Okay, the halberdiers are moving through. If we can crush this unit, then we'll be able to use them to kill the cav. Alright, we've got some of them engaged there. And they're taking a few losses. are shooting down at us. Well, we can't really do much about that. Let's see, maybe we can get a charge here. Let's see how this will do. It feels like, yep, that is a charge. And they're not skirmishing away, so that's going to be pretty effective. Nice. So this is one of, I guess, the 2 archer units. Great, that'll be just gone. Alright, and this is the other one. And then up here, we've just got militia. So this is kind of nice. I don't really want to fight all of these guys, you know, in the plaza. But they are doing very well with their cav. Okay, can bring you back. The watch is holding out very well. All right. Great. Okay, I think we will halt everybody, just let the arrows go for a sec. Ah, jeez. Of course, their arrows are going too. Let's run everybody up. Up here, bring the general. Alright, halberdiers, get right in. Okay, not bad. Okay, I think I can risk this now. Because the militia, I'm not too worried about. I don't know that they'll be able to get here in time. If I can get my general up here to engage, they're utterly tired. Whereas I'm just winded. Alright, this will not be a charge. You can just tell by the way they're strung out that it's not going to be a very good impact. But fortunately, we've killed the general. There is another family member alive, but it's the secondary guy. And they're routing already, so... Okay, this should be just fine then. And we'll just get the archers about here, and then we'll you know, pull them toward us. Let's see. Yes, these. I mean, we could just go in probably with our Dorwinion watch or the men at arms, but I don't want to make it you know, too grindy. If I can avoid that, let's get the archers about here. And so now we're going to do the kind of tedious thing of just pulling them out of the plaza, because they will respond to the arrows. It's, you know, they're not going to be too effective once they've already been broken a lot. We'll get you, we'll get you. Let's even get you there. Alright, if they were routing rather than fighting to the death, we would have just gotten it. Okay, yeah, let's bring you up. And I just think we're not getting good shots. Oh, okay, there we go. That killed him. Alright, so about 100 guys lost there, and now we've got Esgaroth. This is a very good settlement to take once you've got Dale, because it's pretty safe. I think it does share a border with Holt, or Hjorth, actually, which is this one up here. So we can be attacked here again, but it's so close to Dale that it's, you know, you can basically defend it with the same army. No problem. Alright, I think... Geez, we might just occupy this. Oh, whoops. Let's just see what we've got here. Okay, so we'll get rid of the muster fields. And what else? I mean, we want to keep this, right? There's a lot that is good in Esgaroth. There's the old Esgaroth, sort of the town that is built over the lake there. You can kind of see. And so that just gives you some trade goods. But, you know, we may as well get rid of that, start building our pacification, get a fiefdom going up here. So Dale is a fiefdom for us, which is nice. It's not as integrated as a homeland would be, but it is pretty close. So that's only 6 turns, and then we'll be able to start building and training pretty much. But here, yeah, the only, you know, kind of nearby threatening force is this one, which is about a half a stack. And I am going to use this guy to just spy out here. What do we have? Yeah, Hjorth. Okay. And the trees are a problem, as you can see. There's not too much that is too scary up here. As you can see, low-tier stuff. They do have this... sort of woodman-themed cavalry. And then they've got a few other kind of woodman forester units. Let's see if they're bringing anything else. I'll get him over to Framsburg, though, just to get an eye on it. And that's really all we're doing this turn, so we'll see how they're going to respond. If they're going to put Dale under siege. Okay. No longer see the army over here. It could be that they're moving back. Yeah. Which makes sense. Now, this is half a stack, but a lot of these must be very small in terms of men per unit, because the banner size is so small. So, that's pretty nice. Let's see. I think we've got everything we need to start moving here. So let's get pretty much everything out of this. We're happy with North Rune. They're doing fine, and they're not attacking us currently. So I think you can bring just about everybody out of Wrathwind.
Captain.
Well, actually, what do we have? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually, yeah, this should be fine. And that's a stack. So there's a crossing right here. We could head up in this direction. It might be good to give them something to think about there. Yeah, we'll do that. And what else? All right, this is my scout. I think he's okay. This army has not moved, but there are Company of the Black Arrow. This is unique, and it's basically sort of a banner-bearing version of the Black Arrows, which is a high-tier archer unit that Dale gets, but this is a very elite version of that. So I think they start with this, and if we eliminate this, then we won't ever have to see it again. I think they can only be trained in Dale. So it would be good to get our guys up there causing some problems. speaking of problems, the dwarves probably will not do anything to us. They never like leave their own territory, with the possible exception of up here, because they're so close to Dale, which is part of the reason I really don't want to be attacking Dale from this crossing, because I swear I've had it happen in the past where the dwarves will just move that single tile down to the south and join in the battle when you assault. So you do want to be careful of that. Now let's check out the public order here. Right, we've got to get low taxes. That'll help. 80% unrest. All right, that could be a spy. It could just be, you know, cultural stuff. What are we dealing with up here? All right, that's going down. So there could be a spy here. So we'll just get a few of those. Let's see. I'm going to be stingy and not restore that wall just yet.
Yes.
What are you? Okay. Oh, I thought I was bringing a spy over. I must have brought over a an emissary. Okay, well, let's get another spy. We're going to want a few of these guys. So I guess what we have to do now is use this army to, you know, maybe destroy some things. I think we could get over here. Let's see. You know, I want to use all of these elite guys, and I need to use the archers.
Captain.
How close are we? 45. That's not good. Okay. What about this? 55. Yeah, they've got 3 archers here and some tough units otherwise. We might just need to hang around, which is kind of frustrating.
Captain.
That gets us to 60. We need to get to 70.
Captain.
But I don't see really anything else we can do. If I get here, is this another merc pool? No, it is not. What about here? No.
Captain. Sir. Captain.
Well, I think we're going to have to move the cav. 65, so close. All right. Move everybody back in, and we'll put you. Oh, that didn't do it either. Okay, we may be in a bit of trouble.
Yes, Captain. Orders. Captain. Orders.
All right, so we've got to do this guy. All right, and that does it. So he's a better governor. So let's... Can we take you out? Yeah. So you can be in charge of Dale for now. He is the Lord of Dale, but I do need to use him here for public order. That'll get better, though. So, and we are bringing up reinforcements. But maybe we can do a little bit more training. So what do we got for Cav here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's actually fine. But let's get like some axes, I guess. Alright, so we will get the emissary over there. Yep. Alright. Alright, before I forget, let's see Framsburg. This, by the way, orc hold, full of bad stuff, orcs, hill trolls, probably some wargs, but Dale tends to try to get this, and they will spend a lot of time on that, unless they're at war with the player. And there's other forts around here, orc holds, that they try to get. So there's Framsburg. I don't think we can see anything inside of it, but it's not make like their best stuff, but it is going to be a threat. Alright, so Ravanian and Adunabar are now at war. Let's see. Okay, I don't see exactly where that is. But that's actually maybe good for us. Okay. Yeah, let's not trespass on Ravanian. Let's get right up here.
No more moves, sir. Orders, sir.
Let's bring up some axes, just kind of shadowing behind, and they'll join up later. Okay, there is a spy here. Alright, Grim of Westdale, look at that. So he is causing unrest. I mean, not currently, but yeah, that's still 80. There's probably another spy in there. So this will be 6 turns as well. We need to get that, no question. We could also think about moving our capital, actually. Let's see, minus 4855. If we move it here. Alright, that's actually better. And that is much better for public order. Okay, so yes, he was executed. So there was one elven spy here. Alright, but there's probably another, because we're still showing 80, and that's not decreasing. Alright, so we will have to worry about elven scouts for, like, the whole campaign. Unless we, decide to do something about it. But we've also got to do something about this. We've got 1, 2, 3 archers. And this guy's going to die soon, I think. Yeah. So we may want to go for it here. And do a sally. Ugh, and it's going to be a ford. This is going to be... they've got 3 archers. Ugh. I actually don't know. How fast can we get up here? Not before they build rams. I mean, maybe we want to fight that way. Force them to assault? Because I think we could beat them pretty easily on the assault. So let's do that. We'll use this to provoke, and if they assault us, great. Alright, I don't think I'm going to build anything else. Okay, this is a problem. I forgot about this. So last episode we saw that Rune had conquered right over here, which borders us, and so this is what they're doing about that. I think we're going to need you down here. We probably won't get there in time, but... Alright, it's very similar. Actually not. They've got a lot more guys than we do. Jeez. Okay, but we could get some good stuff here in just a single turn. This is the air. Yeah, I think we want 1 elite. Some other cav.
Captain.
Okay, they pulled back, actually. Alright, so they see the threat. Alright, so there's another scout. This is that same guy, I guess. Got 2 scouts. Alright, they're both good.
At your service.
2 of them here. This guy's better. Let's use you for visibility. So I'll send you, like, up here. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's actually good. You know, they pulled back from Dale. That's going to let us, you know, build up our dominions. And now we've got a bit of a freer hand. to attack their last big army, which is this. And we might, I mean, I don't know exactly what they got. Let's get a closer look. A lot of archers, but that's doesn't count. It's only 8 guys. 2, 3.5. Okay. Black spears. For Cav, they've got like a couple. Yeah, I think we could do this. Let's go for it. Shows that it's even. Yeah. Okay, and their captain is this guy, just 18 riders. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 light cav, our general, 4 archers. So, geez, I think this should work out pretty well. Get rid of this army, and then we've got, like, you know, about a half stack in the area. There's going to be more problems coming from the west. That's going to take us a while to really deal with. And for several turns, it'll just be maintaining, just building, just keeping them off of our back. We don't want to expand, too fast at this point, especially with the public order problems. Okay, so what do we've got? Axes, the watch, spearmen, axes. All right. I mean, I think this is actually pretty decent. Now, they're going to be in a nice position. I think if I get over here. Yeah, we'll come at them from, a similar height. Probably get my archers out front. So I hope they don't just retreat, because I really want to wipe out this force. Most of it's not too scary, but they've got some really good stuff. Get rid of their archers. Oh, okay, they thought better of it. Alright, they're going back to the trees. That's okay. Alright, we're going to degroup, regroup. Now get them over here. Now they'll still have a little bit of a height advantage. And their archers are better. So I think they've got much better range, if not attack. Yeah, look at that. Oh, they got 4. Okay, so, well, yeah, we knew that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, they're bringing up more archers. So they're doing pretty well. But the AI is typically not really good at focusing its fire. So we've already wiped out half of this unit. Alright, so let's halt. They'll skirmish. And these guys, I think we'll give them a separate group. Halt. Got our Ravanian Foresters here for some skirmishing. This is Dale Watch, Woodman Axes. Not too scary at all. Okay, I think I will go after them with those cav. degroup them. Let's bring up the archers, though. Yeah, so that 11, that was the full unit that we basically wiped out. So we'll go and do the same to this unit now. Alright, yeah, let's just get all of those guys. And I think actually we want to ungroup them so we can select a particular unit. Alright, these guys, they're choosing their moments. Alright. Alright, this should be fine.
The enemy general is running away. This is
oh, he came down too. I didn't even notice.
But in battle, it's beyond belief.
Great. It's very strange. I thought I ordered both of them to attack, so they did very poorly here. Much worse than I would have thought. Well, it's because they're grouped. I think that's the issue. Alright, we got him. Okay, I guess we can bring all the cav back now. Guarding militia. Great, let's just go. I think they're going to turn around. Yeah. Okay. They're just going to instantly rout. Alright, fine. What were you? Dale Watch? Alright, I guess we can go and take you guys out. Alright, I don't know if they've given the order to retreat completely off the field. Kind of looks like they have, so I want to stop that if I can. And that means maybe throwing some guys away, because I really want to kill these black spears. Get all the longbows out of play. And this is one of the flaws, you know, with the light cav, is because they can catch stuff, but they're not, you know, they're not always going to be the best at melee, of course, when they do catch up to something. Alright, they came back. Okay, let's go after the black spears with our own spears. And we're getting in with our skirmishers. This is very good. But yeah, it's like with this type of scenario where they're running away, you need to get them to stop. And sometimes you don't have, you know, infantry that's fast enough. So you got to use your cav. Your cav catches it, but then gets mauled. So it can be a bit of a problem. tired, but I think this is going to be enough to break them. But yeah, look, they throw javelins in melee. Oh gosh, look how bad our cav did. Alright, let's bring the general in. They are wavering. There they go. Alright, that's the main thing that I wanted to do. Yeah, sure. So we've taken out the longbows for the most part. Pretty much all of their cav. The black spears. And, you know, some other somewhat dangerous units, I guess. Not dangerous, but just in large numbers. They're the kind of annoying army that even if a lot of them survived, or didn't survive, rather, they could have sort of snuck back behind our lines and, you know, put Rathwin under siege when we least wanted it to happen. So good to get rid of that. That did cost us a lot, though. Okay, that's actually better than I would have thought. Alright, so what we could do is put this under siege right now. But I'd rather deal with these, right? Let's get up like here.
Move out. At your service.
And then they will have to attack us, or not. This guy got captain of the host. That sounds awesome, but it's really not. +8 command, it's not really battlefield command. It is like military rank. Alright, let's just, I think, end the year. I am curious about what Rune's going to do. Yep. Yep. Alright, so I, should have known that was coming. Our big army is away in the west, and of course Rune is coming to cause problems. We could sally out and probably do pretty good. Let's just check the news. Alright, losing money now. And this is a big problem when Bellagan is under siege. We just lost the trade with Rune, which we were doing at least a little bit. And now we're not even trading like with ourselves or our neighbors. So Bellagan being under siege, we can't allow that. And betrayed, they were an ally. So let's see. They are allied with Khan. Okay, so we didn't lose any of our friends, which is nice. Maybe North Rune will help us a little bit here. But yeah. What have they got here? Okay, there's not much in the garrison. There could be another big stack. But we're going to have to sally out. Let's set this up. Okay, where'd that army go?
Your Honor.
Are they in the woods or are they in Yodor?
At your service. Secrecy is assured.
I thought there were more guys than this.
Secrecy is assured. On my way. Secrecy is assured.
Huh.
Orders.
It's tempting because we've got the forces here to march them back all the way east. But I don't think we want to do that. Okay, there's the army. Jeez. Alright, we'll hit them, and then we're going to sally. So we'll just leave the episode here. Yeah, this is the army that was besieging us at Dale earlier in the episode, and now we have a chance to wipe it out. We've still got plenty of archers. We've got, enough cav. And, this army did recover quite a bit. So that's actually really good. We take them out, and then we sally in Bellagan. And I think we could pull that off. But I'm really curious to see what their composition is going to be. So, hope you join me for that. Take care until the next one.